I am a big fan of music. I think everyone is, unless you hate being happy. One of my favorite genres of music has to be video game music. Ever since I was a kid listening to the sweet melodies of the Ratchet & Clank soundtrack, the intense war music from Call of Duty, or the timeless classics produced from the good Pokemon games. Video game music has remained a staple in my music taste, and as I've gotten older, it has only grown and grown. I mean, who doesn't love being immersed in Elden Ring while listening to Mario Galaxy? Video game music enhances the emotional connections players have with the game that they're playing, while also enhancing their ability to ignore the cramps in their hands they get from flicking in Valorant. As soon as people hear certain music, it brings them back to a time where, in that moment, nothing matters. It was just them and their game. Not even their crippling depression could ruin that moment, which is why I want to take some time to highlight my favorite video game soundtracks. The first game I want to talk about is Bayonetta. I am a huge hack and slash fan, and Bayonetta is one of my top 5 hack and slash games. But it's not for the amazing and intuitive combat system. It's not because these games are meant to be played with one hand. It's because of the music. The music in these games bumps so hard, it is crazy. Fly Me to the Moon is a certified banger. I love this song so much that I only recently discovered that it's actually a Frank Sinatra song.
What do you think he's listening to?
Probably death metal or hard rock.
Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars.
Good thing I don't know any Frank Sinatra fans, because they would have been so offended. Offended like fighting game fans when their mains are attributed to being Fortnite characters. And we move on to Bayonetta 2, where we hear Moon River and Tomorrow Is Mine. This music makes me feel like I am Bayonetta, like I can defeat demons by transforming my clothes and then immediately being arrested for public display of melanin. I often find myself just sitting and listening to these songs instead of actually playing the game. What Team Little Angels have done is truly a franchise worth abandoning for a Control-C, Control-V live service game. Speaking of Team Little Angels, let's talk about Team Little Devil's masterpiece, Devil May Cry. I've only gotten into the DMC franchise more recently, but boy have I missed out. All of these games hold up so well, even in today's time. The music from these games are all great. DMC 1 has Super Pubic Enemy, DMC 3 has Devils Never Cry, DMC 4 has Nero's theme and Shall Never Surrender, DMC 5 has the perfect workout music in Devil Trigger and Bury the Light. And that's all the DMC games. I don't think I missed out on any of them. Now let's move on to the franchise made for the people who wish they lived in Japan, the Persona franchise. I could be here all day talking about the bangers from this franchise, but what I love is that the music from these games stand on their own, as if they were singles. There are only a few games where I feel like the music truly stands on its own. I remember I played my ex-girlfriend Life Will Change, and she really liked the song. Mind you, she's never played video games before. I lost a good one. I know, you don't have to remind me. But in all seriousness, the songs fit all the vibes you're looking for, whether you need to prepare your mind for an epic fight, if you're taking a nice walk, or if you need to switch to something quick when you're watching something you're not supposed to.
For if by some minute chance you meet the challenge, your reward will be great. Be
Damn.
so what? Whoopsie. Now behold.
Persona 5 specifically is the game that made people realize that jazz is a genre of music that should be taken more seriously. Now, it's time to highlight my top 2 favorite video game soundtracks. Both of these should come as no surprise if you know the background music in my videos. The number 2 spot is taken up by Dead Cells. I will die on the hill that the composer for the Dead Cells soundtrack is a musical genius. The themes for all the levels fit the vibe so well, from the creepy caves, the castle themes, all the way to just the starting music. For many reasons, this game is one of my favorite indie games of all time, but the music is just another aspect that is damn near perfect. And last but not least, we have the hack and slash king, the game that somehow has more repetition than the early Batman Arkham games, Dynasty Warriors 8. I started playing the Dynasty Warriors franchise around the 5th entry, and I have loved this since day one. And Dynasty Warriors 8 is the best representation of that love. The music in this game goes so hard I cannot express this enough. I will die on the hill that this game has some of the best battle themes in gaming ever. The guitars, the drums, the synths, the flutes, everything just brings a tear to my eye. Video game music is such an underappreciated genre of music. People who don't play games will just assume it is garbage, and people who play games most of the time don't give the music the credit it deserves. I would love to hear some of your suggestions in the comments and make baseless judgments about your music taste. And if there's anything you've taken from this video, it should be that Japanese studios make the best video game music, and it's not even close.